Queen of Swords in different representations in tarot cards which follow the traditions of Rider-Waite. My name is Yulia and I've been in tarot cards for more than 10 years and I find tremendously huge power specifically in this card. I designed this card specifically for putting that power through all the archetypal symbols into ours. We literally start opening in ourselves such tremendous clarity through reconnectedness to who we truly are, through the power of our voice. Because this card works so much specifically with the throat chakra. And if you start working with this card correctly, guess what will happen? You will master the air element in you. You will start walking the talk. Literally everything what you speak will be reflected in the guts of others, not only in yours. So let's get started. What's the secret power in this amazing card? Let's try to analyze it together, because guess what? Today, all the teachings about tarot, when we kind of like plunge into them, we start memorizing these things. But you cannot really memorize things in tarot. Tarot are designed so that you connect to who you truly are. And you want to start learning tarot with that exquisite element within you, which is called soul. You enliven your soul through starting reading tarot correctly through your heart-centered approach. So let's look at it. Normally, when we look at that card, we want to remember, oh, what are those damn keywords there? I cannot remember them. And you start memorizing. But there is another approach. Let's try to analyze this card together. What do you see here? Do you see here how powerfully she's holding this sword, this beautiful queen? So she clearly knows how to communicate to the world. She clearly owns her speech. Okay? So when you look at her, how much power is in her? How much righteousness is in her? Fairness is in her. All right? So how much truth is in her? Let's just study it together. How much clarity is in her? How much clarity can you sense through the card, just through the power of these beautiful colors? Now, when I was creating this card, I tried to portray pretty much the same elements through that watery aspect coming through her, right? And through the airy aspect together with the birds. Her hair is always in clarity. She has the bird's eye view over everything. She owns and masters the sword of her mind. She can penetrate literally into absolutely everyone and everything. She can move the mountains with the power of her voice. And absolutely everyone around her is mesmerized how she's freaking doing it. Well, she mastered it. And she is sitting there like a powerful investor. Now, look at this card. This card represents that auto stability, inner peace within. Look how she is sitting. So we can see here already sharpness within her, sharp, clear mind. All right? Now, at the same time, if we reverse this card, what do we sense immediately within you? Just like, ooh, that type of thing is. Meaning that there is some kind of, let's have a look at it, like isolation. I cannot get from it. I don't communicate with the world. Something is holding me, is pulling me down, and that sword, instead of communicating with the world and doing wonders here, that sword starts torturing me. All right? So what we start observing here is that bias, that inner bias, in fact, which is so heavy, and it literally puts us down. So this is showing to you how just observing the symbolism of the card and playing with the symbols of the card, you may not even learn keywords. They come to you naturally. That's how you start enlivening your soul through this powerful communication with each and every card. And I really recommend you starting that connectedness to your soul through the Queen of Swords, because she really represents that clarity. She has so much into her. And to establish that inner balance, you can accompany it with the Two of Swords, because Two of Swords, it's Moon in Libra. Moon in Libra. And I will show you something. I specifically created here this moon, showing how we are all kind of like here under the laws of that moon, those cycles, right? This is the closest celestial body here in our galaxy to ours, to planet Earth. But how can we master it? We can master it when our moon is in Libra. And moon in Libra is governed by these Two of Swords. So have a look at this lady, how she's standing there. That's the same lady, by the way. She's the heroine of my deck, the Three-Devia Tarot deck, and she is standing. Look how she's standing. She's powerfully standing, holding these two swords, creating her own planet here, manifesting everything from the power of the pace of her mind. All right, that's what she's doing here, day in, day out. You can also support this theme with the card of patience. With the card of patience, when we start rising from the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly, and we start flying, because we take care with these cards specifically about our heart. That's the antidote, patience, to our anger, wrath, rushing ahead from all the pains. We can soothe it, and we can come back to the power of our mind through holding our heart center in peace. And you can also strengthen it with the sun. With the sun. So do you see how you can literally start strengthening the upright keywords of one card, which is the card of clarity and power, and that's the card of that righteous communication. All your nervous system can be strengthened if you see situation clearly. You don't need to be told what to do. You see and you do it, okay? If you see the situation, who can tell you something? Nobody. That's why you always want to strive for clarity, all right? And that's where our freedom is stemming from, the freedom of our proper communication. All right. Now, what else can you do? What I actually designed a specific workbook for you specifically so that you could work out the power of this card in a new way for you. And there you can learn about all these symbolism and everything. We are talking about the Queen of Swords with you right now. But what you can do, you can start working. You can start working with yourself, with the symbolism of that card. What is the symbol? Which is kind of like starts showing to you when you start working with that card, your own symbol, your own sigilla. Have you been reading about that? Sigilla, it's your symbol of clarity. So you can literally write it down here. And then you can do lots of self-work, powerful practices with yourself to establish that clarity within you. Now, of course, there are keywords which we've been talking to you about. They are still here, but you don't need to memorize them. You see how just by working with the symbolism of the cards, no matter which kind of tarot cards you are using, if they are connected strongly to the traditions of Rider-Waite, that will work with you. Also, if you are using Thoth cards, it may also work for you, just because the Thoth cards, they have slight variations there. I personally don't work with them. However, they propose just a deeper esoteric meanings there. So it's an interesting next step to work with yourself, but they have slightly like dark element in them. That's why I prefer to step away. I wanted something lighter. That's why I created the deck, which I'm talking to you about, my deck, the Tridevia deck, and that is it. And this is the Rider-Waite, so that we could work with our psyche in a kind way. All right, because we want to experience that kindness, that righteous communication with ourselves, and then we can give so much to the world. We can open ourselves as a flower. And I would propose, when I look at this card, right, I immediately sense there is some opening up flower. So I would actually write here some rose, some opening up flower, petal by petal. That's how I would create it. Now, there is a powerful mudra as well, which you can use to help you to establish that clarity and righteous communication. And that is the mudra which like opening up your heart center. But then what you do, you take this thumb, you take it and you create the flower. Do you see what I've done? You take this thumb and you create the flower. It's literally the flower. It's the mudra of your throat chakra. With literally your limbs, you start creating your reality. Just do only this small practice. You will start sensing the differences. All right, Tiersley, thank you so much for your beautiful attention. Write me questions below. I will be happy to address each and every one of them. And by the way, if you don't want to miss anything, any kind of future videos in this realm of tarot education, just subscribe to my channel and I will be happy just to share more and more videos. Also, ask me questions. I have a group also in Facebook, Tarot Secrets group, where we discuss all these things, and I am just strongly inviting you there just so that in case if you search for that active support in understanding how tarot truly works, I am here for you. Thank you so much. Blessings for your way.